In this video, you're going to get to see me build some pretty substantial storage shelves for my garage. As you can see here, I'm using the Craig tool to put the framework together. That's pretty much the very beginning of the video here. We'll move on to some metal fabrication, and that will be the brackets that support the shelves. I end up painting them gray to make them look a little better, and then I also cover how I attach them to the walls. And I do a little wrap up at the end, so I hope you guys get something out of this. I hope there's something for you guys to learn.
Alright, so I'm to the point where I'm ready to put the skin on the shelves. It's basically door skin, right? But I am going to do both sides. So the rigidity and strength is really going to come out of this as an entire unit. And for how I'm going to store material on there in Rubbermaid bins, the large surface area won't affect the overall strength. And at this point, I need to start cutting the brackets or cutting the rebar and angle iron to make the brackets to hold the shelves in place. We're there. Holy crap, that was way harder than I needed it to be. But this gives me the ability to tack on the angled brackets to the rod and move forward. Holy moly, that was a pain in the butt. I've never actually used my drill press before, so this is kind of fun. That is pretty smoking hot, but we got one on there. Little wire brush, little paint, go a long way. I've got this one on the middle, still red hot. I've got 3 of the, what it's going to be, 7 brackets. So these are most of the way done. I got to get the tops put on, but I don't know where the tops go right now. I want to get the rest of the brackets kind of lined up. So we've got our template all built for getting the next 3 brackets lined up and welded. For a rebar shelf made out of an old bed frame and a bunch of rebar, I don't think we're doing too bad. And if I'm wrong, I'll always have thought I was right. Okay, that's a really bad joke. What I've just done though is figured out the distance that this bracket will get welded onto the top, right? So this leg will get welded in here. And then there'll be some holes through the ends of this thing, 24 inches apart, which we're actually gonna go drill right. Well, we'll let that dry. Hit it with some sandpaper, knock off all the runs, clean up a few of the areas, and we'll go over with the second coat. We'll probably have to go get some more paint. So right now, my nephew's gonna walk around here. Grant's here. And he's going to help me pour paint into this container without making a giant mess, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it so it's not so
All
hard
right.
to get off next time.
So my plan is just shake this up and see what the viscosity looks like. Okay, all ready to go. We've got the little paint strainer thingy here. It doesn't seem to stay very well, which is another reason I think this is really good. So this actually needs to be over that way, just a scotch. I'm hoping that it's off, and it is quite a bit. So it needs to go right about there, which will give me a little bit of overhang. Not as much as I would like, but the shelves are pretty sturdy, so we'll make it work. This upper shelf here, you probably saw that it was a little too wide. I'm considering ripping it down on the table saw. Man, that was whew, shitty. I obviously decided to go ahead and install this shorter shelf. I thought it would look funny without it. This is really going to be a not very functional shelf, obviously, because I can't use it when the garage door is open. I've got this bar in the way. There's all sorts of things that cause this to be an issue that I thought I had worked through, but I had not. But in any case, I'll end up putting some stuff up here, stuff I probably don't use ever, or once a year maybe, who knows. But I tell you what, these are sturdy shelves. I mean, this is some, gotta be honest, I'm kinda nervous. I don't know why. So I have 207 pounds. So anybody that thought they wouldn't be sturdy enough, I think that proves that they are. Right, so they appear to be lightweight as an individual unit, each shelf does, and I suspect a lot of you thought that as I was building them, and I did too. However, a lot of the research I did on things in general have just showed that when you get something put together as a system, it really becomes much more structurally sound. Well, the shelves have actually been up for a little while now, but I finally got around to getting all the organization. I'm about 80% done, but I've got most of the bins that are going to go up on the couple upper shelves ready to roll. So we're going to get them up there and put the shelves to good use. Shelves are done. Bins are on them, at least most of the bins are on them. I've got quite a bit of space on the top shelf still. That is for things that are currently stored in my garage, my attached garage. Will get put in some of the same bins, labeled and stuck up there in an area where I don't need to get to them very often, hardly at all. Christmas decorations and some other stuff like that. Tons of storage. I'm really glad I took the time and built them the way I did. I'm really glad I took the extra time to paint them and make them match and look good. Overall, it was more time consuming than I thought, but I think it's definitely worth it in the end. In any case, I hope you guys got something out of this. There was some welding and some fabrication and the new Craig tool. This was really the first big project I ever used that Craig system on. Pretty happy with that. Yeah. Anyway, check out the garage series. I'll have that linked in the top corner here, and maybe the house build stuff. Definitely hit that subscribe button. That always helps me out in the long run, work towards the next project. Leave comments down below. By all means, ask questions, leave comments, do whatever you think is necessary. Dislike it if that's really your thing. In any case, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of it.